the NimCast. Oh no, it's the NimCast. Oh no, it's the NimCast. Oh, it's the NimCast. Oh no, it's the NimCast. Oh no, it's the NimCast. Oh, it's the NimCast.
Hello everyone, I am Lord Pasta, joined by the host of the NimCast, Nim himself, and welcome to this new iteration of NimCast. I hope you enjoy.
I'm scared.
You're
Lord
scared.
Pasta. I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
I'm scared. I don't know. I mean, I know. I just this past week I've been watching all these horror movies and I'm scared.
Oh yeah. You having nightmares?
Please, yeah. I can't
Do
sleep.
you need Daddy to come tuck you in?
Night terrors, more like. Oh my God.
Do you need Daddy to come to your room and see
Yeah.
if there's any monsters under your bed?
Yeah, please. I need Daddy Pasta to come to my room. Daddy Pasta. Daddy Pasta.
Okay, let's slow down there.
No, but seriously, so I've been watching them horror movies for my my Halloween special video. I watched the first five of them so far, so it's been pretty great. I watched Psycho. I watched Night of the Living Dead. I watched The Exorcist. I watched Carrie. And I watched the original Halloween so far. There's a new Halloween in theaters now, but I didn't watch that. But yeah, so it's been exciting. Been enjoying them. The Exorcist specifically is my favorite so far. Then probably Psycho, then maybe Night of the Living Dead, then I don't know between Carrie and Halloween. Like, Halloween's good, but I didn't particularly enjoy it just because I don't like that, I don't know, the slasher movies, I guess, as much. But, yeah. So
are you going to see any more? Or
yeah,
is that
I'm
it?
seeing 10 in total.
Okay, so you're only halfway done.
Yeah, I'm only halfway there. But, you know, we have a little bit till Halloween. I was realizing this, so I was looking into this, and our not our next episode, but the episode after that, not this episode, but the episode after that, episode 5, is going to be uploaded on Halloween Day, because Halloween's on a Wednesday. So,
interesting.
That's crazy. We're going to have a guest on,
you'll have to remind
actually,
me.
But
Who's the guest?
But yeah, by the way, you know, since we already have a guest lined up, I might as well give a sneak peek into who the guest is next week. It's going to be a YouTuber, smaller YouTuber, about 5,000 subscribers, I think, known as Serena G. So, yeah, somebody I subscribed to a while ago because of a video that I found, and yeah, so that's exciting. That'll be fun, I guess.
Interesting.
I'm literally just going to like random people for guests. You know, it's nice to get a variety of random.
That's what I was.
For guests.
I was about to follow that up with. I was like, "Hey, how are you getting all these people?"
Yeah, I went through and like was looking at people I'm subscribed to, and was looking at like some of the smaller channels, and like thinking, which ones of these could we have as guests? And I messaged a couple of them. Well, I didn't message all of them. I have some that I have like ideas that I might think about asking in the future, but you know. But Lord Pasta, you know, I'm getting all these guests, and what are you doing? You're not finding any guests.
No, I'm sitting on my rear end here.
You literally, okay, the only guest you should be trying to get, you should be going out there and asking Spike Viper to get on right now. Or not right now, constantly.
You know how I feel about that, okay?
Spam him. Everybody,
okay.
If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, go to Spike Viper's YouTube channel and spam comments saying, join the NimCast. Not join the NimCast. Be a guest on the NimCast. That's more like it. Be a guest on the NimCast. Be a guest on the NimCast.
If you really want me to, I will. I'll try and do it.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, so that'll be a good guest. Yeah, so this one will be fun. She said there was, like, somebody that she wanted to have a debate with, and she was like, would you guys be able to host a debate on your show? And I was like, maybe. My thought was maybe we could have her on one episode, then have this other person that she wanted to debate on a specific episode as a guest, and then do a special debate.
That's a good idea.
That
way we can see like viewers can see what their full position is and have a reference video.
The specific episodes wouldn't be all about the whatever they're, I don't know, debating. I
Well,
guess,
yeah, obviously, but like it'd be in there, somewhere in there.
So I guess they had some sort of beef. Like, I don't know. I guess this other person made a video about her once or something. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I'll ask her more about it. Maybe. I don't know.
Are we gonna become a drama?
Oh yeah, we're gonna be the
podcast.
next drama alert. We're
Is
coming
this gonna
for
be
you,
baited 2.0?
King Star. Yeah, I don't know.
The answer is yes, guys.
Wait, the answer to what?
The answer is yes. This is going to become the next drama podcast.
Hell yeah. So, anyways, how was your week?
Well, it was very interesting. I came out of my sickness this week, which was great. Last podcast, I was still sick, which is why I didn't.
If you were sick for an entire week, that's pretty bad. That would be pretty bad.
Apparently it's a thing that's going around now. Like, I had a headache. One day I was just randomly struck down with a horrible headache. And then it turned into a sore throat. And then it turned into sneezing, then coughing. Yeah. I'm only explaining this just so that anybody watching this gets it. They know that I also had it. So, like, I don't know. They can be like...
I got you.
You were in pain too, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get sick, mostly because I never get sick. So
that's what I said.
What I always tell people is I say, I don't get sick. Sick gets me. So,
that's very interesting.
Yeah. So, anything fun happened in the past week since the last episode?
I had my newest band competition that we got second place in.
Wow, second place. Do better. Wow.
Yeah.
Second place is the first place loser.
I know.
Wow. You suck.
We still qualified though, but that's really easy
still
to do.
Second frickin' place. Lord Pasta, do better.
I'm sorry. My
better.
hat literally blew into my face. I couldn't see half the time. I was literally walking around in this field blind.
Excuses. Gosh darn it. So, anyways, because we don't have any guests on this podcast and it's just me and Lord Pasta, it's going to be pretty boring because me and Lord Pasta are pretty boring people, so...
yeah, I know, obviously.
Anyways, did anything interesting happen in my past week other than...
I would have asked you that, by the way. I just want to add.
Yeah.
I would have.
I know. I did basically nothing all week. No, I did stuff. I worked and I went to school. I went to my classes. That's usually how that goes. My frickin', you know what I was talking about with my my news writing class where I couldn't get sources for my story and everything.
Yeah.
But then I finally did. So now we're on to the second story we have to write for the semester, and I'm running into the same issue. I haven't gotten an email back in a while. I hope they will, like they did before, and they were like, oh yeah, we'll try to find a time that we can meet. And then I was like, okay, yeah, and then I was like, I'd be able to do it these days, and then I never got anything back. So we're struggling with that. It's student journalist struggling to find a story, find the scoop. It's how life goes. So
the struggle is real. So are you looking for a specific type of story, or is it just...
Yeah, it's something boring, so
Okay, gotcha.
It's all really boring. It's I'm done with that class. I don't like that class. The only class I like this semester is my theater class because I minor in theater. I'm a theater minor, and I'm doing theater fundamentals of design this semester, and that's quite fun and enjoyable. It's very artistic. It's very artistic. We do a lot of artistic expression type things, and like I like art. Art is my thing. I love just expressing yourself through art, So so that's why I love that, and that's why theater and storytelling in general is just something I love. So that's why I'm minoring in theater.
Good for you, Nim.
I know. I feel so proud of myself.
You found where you belong in the world.
Yeah. I mean, I don't belong in the world, but you know.
Really, same.
I pretend that
Same.
I do. That's like everybody online. Everybody who makes online friends like us.
Yeah.
Are like looking for belonging in the world, and we're just like, yeah, let's go to the internet to find people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so also now that we've been a week since our last guest, you know, we had a guest on last episode, but they're not here now. So, what are your thoughts on them now that they're not here? Let's talk.
They made me feel like I was retarded.
Let's talk crap on them. I said let's talk crap on them, and then you just revert that back to talking crap on yourself.
Well, they did though. I mean, not in like to make them feel bad way. Like, oh, you shouldn't have been like that. But like, they just knew stuff about movies.
Yeah,
that's the
but
whole
that's
thing.
literally
That's all we were talking about, and I was just
that's
like,
literally the point of their podcast. So it's like,
I know, but I don't have anything to say, and I was sick. I was just like...
You just kept making comments about trying to get out from your rock.
Yeah.
And
I only had one joke the whole time. It was probably lame by the end of it. Wow.
Come on, that was the best joke.
Hey, look. Thank you for that compliment.
Hey, you had some good insight on Fight Club, though, so that was good.
Yeah, I really liked that movie.
That was good. So, yeah. Anything else? Any interesting topics you would like to talk about? Just throwing that out.
Oh,
there.
You want me to?
If you want, I could bring us something up if you really want.
I mean, do you really want me to pick a topic?
Psh. I mean, last time we did that, we just talked
what
about.
What do you think about
free will?
What do you think about foreign policy? What do you think should be America's policy for dealing with foreign threats? I don't know. This is something that's been on my mind recently because it's a really complicated question if you really think about it.
Well, let's see. I am the expert on foreign affairs. Just kidding. I don't know.
I was about to say. I was like, "Ooh, dang."
You're like, wait, really? Yeah. Did you actually think I was? Yeah. Right.
I don't know. I had high hopes for you, Nim.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I failed you, Daddy Pasta.
I just please don't call me Daddy, okay?
Okay. Papa Pasta.
Just chill out, okay?
So okay. So here's an interesting thing. Since we don't have anything real interesting to talk about in this episode, I thought it'd be a nice idea to give just sort of a maybe talk about ourselves a little bit in terms of just our I was gonna say our YouTube channels, but actually no. Here's a better idea. Do you have any interesting, funny stories, like childhood stories? There's a good thing.
I can tell you about the time that my brother... No, it wasn't my brother. It was just some random girl almost broke my foot.
Okay, how did that go down?
So we were playing in a park, and my brother and this girl tackled me. And I was like, oh, get off of me, you know?
Lord Pasta got tackled by a girl. Ha ha ha.
No.
And your brother,
Ew,
so I guess it's two
totally,
people.
Ew, gross.
Cooties.
Yeah, cooties. But yeah, she grabbed my feet, both my feet, and bent my feet back until they touched my forehead.
What? How old were you? How old was this girl?
I think I was like 5 or 6. I don't know.
How old was this girl?
I was probably older. The same age as me.
Probably the same age? Jeez.
I'm basically
devil there.
I'm basically tinier and more delicate than most women, okay? Like,
I mean, this is true.
You know this about me. Okay?
Teeny tiny Tony.
Yeah, that's what Katie calls me, even though she's shorter than me. That's right, you got called out in the podcast, Katie.
Yeah, we
but
can
yeah,
always censor out the names again.
a
like I
literal. Oh no,
I know.
Who's gonna know who Katie is? There's like a million girls named Katie.
Yeah, I know.
If you would allow me to continue.
That's what I did last
my story.
time.
Okay. If you would give me this honor to continue the story. Anyways, a week after that, my feet were hurting, and I was sure that they were broken. So my mom took me to the doctor, and they X-rayed me, and nothing was wrong. And I sat in the hospital bed, and they put ice on my foot, and within 30 minutes, I felt better. So that's the story about how a girl beat me up.
Well, that is an exciting.
Okay, I gotta tell another story now. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going until you tell me to stop.
All right,
Because I keep thinking of
and then I'll tell a story.
I got 2 more planned. Okay. All right.
Okay, go with this.
So, this was when I was like 14 or 15, and I had a Minecraft girlfriend. Did I ever tell you about my Minecraft girlfriend?
No, you've never told me about this, actually.
Okay, it was a very dark place in my life, dark time in my life, like all times in my life. But this was particularly dark because I ended up with a Minecraft girlfriend. So I was playing on Spike Viper's Minecraft server, and I was enemies with like everybody. Okay. And then this one Minecraft girl joins the server and asks to be in my town, and I say yes. Okay. All right, and so she joins my town, and her username was Ememe, E-M-E-M-E, Ememe, like E-meme.
Yeah.
Or Ememe, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, she's I get that.
Okay. But anyways, I don't know how it happened, but she asked me to be her Minecraft boyfriend. Okay? And I accepted it, okay? It was the first... I felt wanted in the world for the first time, okay?
So...
I felt like I had a perfect...
was this like... How long did this relationship go on?
About a week. And I'll tell you how it ended, okay?
Sad. Did she break your heart or did you break hers?
No, she deserted my town and incited it, and then invited everybody from the other team to kill me.
So she just completely turned on you.
The whole thing was a trick.
Oh.
She tricked me.
So she was a fake girlfriend the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time she was fake. And then recently...
You can't trust a Minecraft girl.
Yeah, never trust those Minecraft girls. Okay, they're always out to get you. Any advice you get from this story, don't trust those Minecraft girls. But anyways, I think I told you this. Like a few months ago, I got into Spike Viper's personal Discord server, and the first thing he asked me...
I don't think you did tell me that.
The first thing he did was he messaged me the conversations we had on the server.
Oh, so you got all the conversations that you had with your old Minecraft girlfriend.
Yeah. And apparently...
Dude, you should make a YouTube video out of that, like going over the messages.
She told me that she was 14, okay? Which wasn't weird because I was like 15 or 16 at the time.
Yeah.
But then she went and told Spike that she was 10.
She was actually 10 at the time.
And then Spike comes and tells me this like a year or two later, and is like asking me all these like questions and sending me all these like screenshots and stuff. And he'd been convinced that I'm like some creep.
Well, let's just be glad that it didn't go
I know,
any farther than a Minecraft relationship.
Yeah, like she was legit trying to take me down. Like,
that's funny.
I don't know who this person was, but Yeah, just don't trust those Minecraft girls, okay?
Right.
Just don't.
Just don't trust. Don't get in a relationship with somebody you met online. It's bad.
Yeah,
I would know.
it never works out.
I would know.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I know.
But yeah, so if you are part of Spike Viper's Discord server, you should totally invite him onto the podcast.
Yeah, tell him to explain his point of view on that.
Yeah.
I felt very slandered.
Invite him on. He can be our next guest after Serena.
By the way, I don't take it seriously. So
well, yeah, obviously it was a freaking Minecraft like girlfriend.
I'm not saying that he actually slandered me because he didn't tell anybody about it.
Also, it was a Minecraft girlfriend.
Okay, it was different for me, Nim. Okay, my heart was broken actually.
My heart. Like, had you ever even like, you never even like seen her face or anything? So
all
like,
I needed was her Minecraft skin. That was it.
You're just, oh my god. You were one of those. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was for a while.
And this is something you'd expect like a 12-year-old to do, but you're 15. All right. Good on you.
It's okay, Nim. You still accept me as your friend, don't you?
I do.
I
may be the only person on earth who accepts you for who you are, but you know it's okay.
Thank you, Nim. You did what my parents never could.
I know. Though I mean, your mom will just try to get you to drink less milk, but
it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. So those are some interesting stories. But yeah, seriously, invite Spike Viper on. Spike Viper, come on to the podcast.
Spike Viper, I need you.
Spike Viper, he needs you. Seriously, if you're able to get him on, that would actually be really fun. That'd be cool.
I highly doubt it, but I'm gonna try.
If you're able to.
I'm gonna
yes.
try.
Just tell him that, I guess, like, just tell him, like, yeah, if you could be on guest on, and then, like, refer him to me, and I'll give him more details on, like, when he would be on and stuff, because I could coordinate all that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely. So, anyways, was that all your stories?
No, there was actually a last one if you want to hear it. But I feel like I'm stealing the spotlight here. You gotta tell 3 after this.
Yeah, I might not tell 3, but I'll tell.
You gotta tell some.
I'll tell a nice long one.
All right, okay. I'll tell the one where I convinced every mom of a kid at my preschool that I had like cancer or something. Okay. So it was the night before preschool graduation. All right. Ooh. I'll paint the picture for you. And I wanted to be
for
spiffy.
Me, Daddy.
Oh yeah, that's not all I'll paint. Let me take out my my big old brush and paint you a nice.
All right,
nice,
let's
okay. I'll show.
Go with the story. All right,
I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. It's late.
So it would be earlier if you had watched the movie.
I wanted to be a little treat, a little snack. That's what I wanted to be. So I needed a haircut. You know what? Mm-hmm. And so it was late at night, and everybody was asleep. And I snuck out of my little room. Yeah. And I grabbed myself some kitty scissors, and I went into the bathroom and stared at myself in the mirror, and I cut my hair like a real big boy. like a real big boy would. And I was so proud of my creation that I woke up my mother and I said, "Mama, behold,
Mama Pasta,
the big amitabala from whence I came. Okay, behold your creation, your son, your beautiful son, in all of his glory, cutting his hair."
Yeah, so we had a little bit of a disconnect. Lord Pasta just completely left.
Yeah, I died. My internet
halfway through his story. So, anyways, where you were at with your story is you cut your hair, you woke up your mom to show her your hair, and she was staring at your glorious hair.
Yes.
That's where we were.
I had kids and mirrors don't mix. I had horrible coordination. And so I'd end up cutting a reverse mohawk in my hair. and I look like a bald old man. And so she said, "That's not doing. That's no bueno, no bueno." Obviously, I'm an illegal immigrant.
Yeah.
Clearly. And
Right.
she cut off all my hair. I'm not really, by the way. And we went to preschool graduation and I had no hair. Like, I was literally bald. And apparently everybody in the audience thought I had cancer.
That's...
And
Dude,
I had the bright idea. I had the bright idea when we were doing the song where we wave our hands around and sing a little song.
Yeah.
I rolled over on my back and started making weird screeching noises.
Just, to make people think. Is that what you thought kids with cancer did, or?
No, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't care what they were doing. I was doing my own thing. I rolled over on my back and started making weird screeching noises.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's what a little pasta does. That's how things go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a nice story. If you have any pictures from that, I'd like. I
lost the recording. It was a glorious recording.
Oh, darn!
But
I want to see pictures of little cancer pasta.
You're implying I'm no longer cancer.
I mean, you are cancer. You don't have cancer, but you are cancer. That's the distinction there. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you shaved your head like that now, it'd probably be quite attractive.
You think so?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't think
ladies
I
and
like
gentlemen, ladies or gentlemen, if you're interested, his number is in the description. So, check him out, text him, ask him out, send him the pics.
Extra points if you're a Minecraft girl.
Extra points if you're a Minecraft girl. Just don't turn on him and
or Spike Viper.
Kill him. Or if you're Spike Viper, you'll get all the extra points.
I know that girlfriend ain't doing it for you.
Yeah, it turns out the real reason she turned on you is because she found out that you had a crush on Spike Viper, and she was like, "Whoa, I thought we were a thing," and then turned on you. I'm sure that's the real reason why.
Yeah.
But anyways,
what actually happened.
she found out how often you got off to Spike Viper's voice. Anyways,
I'm just not even going to comment on that.
I was going to say, this is getting a little too real here. Anyways, so do I have any fun stories? Well, I can tell you about the time this is a recent one. This isn't this is like a little over a year ago. A year and maybe a couple months ago. About the time I broke into an abandoned gas station.
Wow.
So, me and a friend of mine, who's not actually my friend anymore, there was this gas station, this old, abandoned gas station. It probably hadn't been used in at least 10, 20 years, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. There on the side of the road, we had passed it before, and we had this idea. We were like, you know what? It'd be really fun to, break into there and see what we can find in there. Just because we were, stupid and needed things to do.
How old were you at the time?
Oh, like I said, it was just a little over a year ago, so I was 18.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so,
sorry. I'm great at paying attention.
Yeah, I know. So,
I was too busy thinking about those Minecraft girls.
Anyways, so we go in. It's in a town that's near our town. It's on the way to that town actually. But it's closer to that town. So we drive over there. We're like, all right, we're gonna check this out. It's daylight still, so we're checking it out during daylight. We drive around to the back side of this building and try to kick down the back door. We try kicking it in or whatever. Doesn't bust. It's like rock solid. There's something freaking bolting that gosh darn door to the freaking wall and making it impossible to break open. So we tried doing what we could to pry the door open. We found a random pair of skis that was in the back for some reason and tried to pry the door open with that. The skis broke, of course, as you'd expect. And we were like, we sat there for probably a little while, maybe 10, 20 minutes, just kicking the door, trying to see if we could break that bastard. Yeah, so we were like, all right, we need something to help us get this open. Maybe if we had like a crowbar or something. I don't know, because we're stupid. We're stupid idiots, and we think that things like that would be smart. But anyways, we go to get this crowbar. We're like, all right, we don't want to drive all the way home to get a crowbar. So we drive into the next town over, which is actually closer. And we go to buy a crowbar at some hardware store, We walk in to buy this crowbar. We
Totally
go to get the crowbar.
Suspicious.
Huh?
Totally not suspicious.
Oh, no, not suspicious. Seeing two, like, young adults, 18-year-olds. Well, he was like 19, I think. Or no, 20. 19, 20. Buying a crowbar. It's not suspicious. No.
I wouldn't think a thing, Nim.
Yeah, it's fine. We go up to buy it, and the the lady who was there, I think it was a lady, or no, a guy, I don't know, whoever the cashier was, guy, lady, somewhere in between, who knows. This person who was the cashier was just like, oh, did you guys get locked out or something? And we're just like, yes. And my friend, he's just like, something like that. Buy this crowbar, walk out, Yeah, we drive back to this this gas station, this nice old abandoned gas station. We take the crowbar out, try to pry the door open with it. This door doesn't frickin' budge. There's something frickin' bolting this door in. This is the toughest frickin' door you've ever frickin' seen. I don't know what was. This is ridiculous. Anyways, so we tried that. That didn't work. So we're like, what do we do? I don't know. Well, in the front of the building, all of the like walls, and there's a bunch of windows in the front, right? So we're like, what if we broke one of the windows? Now, we're dumb, but not completely dumb, because we know, you can't break the windows in the middle of frickin' daylight. Somebody's gonna frickin' see it. This is a fairly busy road, not a really busy road, fairly busy. Like, there'll probably be cars by. We can't do it in daylight. So we're like, all right, we'll wait a while. It's still daylight. It was getting close to night, so we decide we're going to drive over to an ice cream shop that's nearby to hang out there, get some ice cream while we're waiting to break this frickin' window. We go over, get our ice cream, wait a while. It's dark, so drive back over, get this frickin' crowbar. Now we're ready to do this. Now the rough part is, in order to break the window, the best time to do it is when there's no cars driving by. Because, there's a car driving by, they have their headlights on, they could maybe see us, and that's kind of an issue. They might call the cops if they see us breaking into this place, whatever. So we got this crowbar. We kind of take turns. We're kind of like one of us would be like, I'm going to go up and break the window. Then we do it, chicken out, run back. I'll break the window, chicken out, run back, whatever. Eventually, I walk up, we would walk up, car, we'd start seeing a car come by, we'd run back, cabin multiple times. Eventually, I came up, I walked up, just started whacking that freaking window. I wanted to break it enough so that we could actually climb into the window. So I kept hitting the window, breaking it even more. I look back, I see the headlights of a car freaking coming. I'm like, still hitting this window. I'm like, oh no, I gotta run. We run. I run. I'm like, yo, window's broken. That car just drove by. Let's get out of here. We jump into this car, his car, drive away. We're like, oh my gosh, I really hope nobody heard that and called the cops or something. So we're like, if somebody calls the cops, we're screwed. So we're gonna drive away and wait for an hour or two and come back. We drive away. We drive to some store somewhere, I don't know, some plaza store place somewhere. We walk around, we go on a walk, we walk through some shady neighborhood, really shady neighborhood actually. We get kind of scared and leave there very quickly. We go back to the car, ready to go back, get in the car. Finally, it's about an hour or two after, so we're like, all right, if somebody called the cops, they would have been there by now, so We drive back, nobody called the cops. The window's still there, broken. Everything's ready and primed to climb right into that window. So the problem is the window's right at the front of the building, so it's where people can see you easier. Again, same issue we had before. You gotta wait till there's no cars, because the headlights will be on and everything. So we keep, so we go up. First he climbs in because he's smaller than me, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit in the window. I'm a fairly large person. I'm not as large as I used to be now, but I was a little bit larger back then. But anyways, so he gets up, waits for a car to not be going by. He climbs in. I throw the crowbar in after him. I'm like, all right, see if you can, open the back door from inside there. He climbs the back door. He can't even open it from inside. This freaking door is a monster, okay? This is the toughest door you've ever seen. There's a freaking something bolting it there. It is not moving. So he's like, this door's not coming loose. And I'm like, crap, now I have to climb through this window. I go to climb through this window, again, waiting for, no cars to go by. So every time a car starts to drive by, I'm like, oh crap, run back in the weeds somewhere so they can't see me, and then go back up. So I finally make it. I climb, I stick my legs in. This is awful because, there's, a shelf on the other side of the window. So I'm like, you have to climb through the shelf as well, past the window. But because I broke the window, there's a bunch of broken glass on the shelf that you have to climb over top of to get in. So I'm climbing all over this, shards of glass everywhere. And, probably I think I got a couple cuts. I don't know. It wasn't anything horrible, but it was pretty bad. I somehow fit my way in. Somehow fit my fat ass in. And, okay, I'm not really that fat. That was a bit of an exaggeration. But, anyways, we climb in. We go around, shine some flashlights around a little bit. Read some old newspapers that are sitting in there. Go through a bunch of cobwebs. There's nothing in there worth anything. So we climb back out and go home. That's my story.
Wow. So you're a criminal.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a criminal. It's it's funny, looking back on it now, because I was like, this was such a big thing we wanted to do for some reason. We were just like, it would be so much fun to break in there. And we break in and we're like, wait, what do we do now? There's nothing here.
Why the heck did you do that?
I don't know.
You could have been arrested for that.
We were I told you, we're stupid. We were stupid. And it was okay, so I mean, we had done things like this, similar things, not quite this bad before. We tried to break into an old train car that's near our town. We tried to break into an old train car once, but it was you couldn't get in there. That was
wow.
We I don't know.
I'm disappointed in you.
We were just trying to find fun places to hang out. That's really all we would do. Fun places to hang out and smoke cigars. Really, that's what we did. So that was.
So you're gonna get lung cancer? That's what you're telling me.
No, we wouldn't smoke them all the time. Just on occasion. I haven't smoked a cigar in quite a while now. So
the only thing I've smoked is Smarties. In 8th grade, I was the coolest.
They smoked a Smartie. But yeah, so there's a story. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, later on, we actually drove by there, and the window that we had broken was all boarded up and everything. It was funny. So.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a fun experience. I'm not going to tell any other stories. If there's any other interesting stories in my past, I'll save those for future podcasts. But yeah. So do we want to move on to the movie discussion? Do you think that's a good idea?
Probably should.
We probably should. Yeah, it's pretty. We're pretty far in here. So last week when we had the Culture Buff podcast, members of the Culture Buff podcast on as our guests. They suggested a movie for us to watch this week, and that movie was Whiplash. So, Lord Pasta, what do you think of Whiplash?
It was a neat movie about jazz, I really liked the dynamic of the main character being taught by this The guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I watched it
Played by J.K.
a while
Simmons.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the characters' names, to be honest. J.K. Simmons plays the teacher, and Miles Teller plays the main character. So I love.
It's based on a real story. It's based on a true story.
Based. I don't know how accurate it is necessarily, but it's. I think it's a really good movie. So.
What makes you say that?
A lot of
I
things.
mean, I thought it was okay.
So, like, the intensity of it, first off, it's like it takes an idea that's very simple and basic, you know? It's a guy learning, guy joining a jazz band, a jazz drummer, learning how to be a better jazz drummer. Okay? That's the story. That's the story. But it takes that simple concept and really cranks it up to 11, okay? You're in there. It's intense. The way it's shot, the actors' performances, J.K. Simmons' performance as the teacher just intensifies the situation so much where you're just like so much on the edge of your seat. He's played brilliantly. I'm pretty sure he won an Oscar for it the year this came out.
Yeah, I will say, on that note, it was a very well put together movie.
Oh, yeah.
When I say I thought it was okay, I don't mean like I didn't like the way it was made or anything. I just didn't find it very profound.
Just on your personal kind of...
On my personal level. But
right.
I the way that they shot it was very good. And the acting was extremely good. Like, you could see the sweat coming off of him when he plays the drums.
Oh my gosh, it's the intensity of some of the scenes is amazing. And so, I'm just gonna say this right now. I mean, this isn't a movie that has any huge spoilers or anything. It's a pretty simple, plot. But I am just gonna say this now. If you haven't seen the movie, we are gonna be talking, about things that happen, like the ending and things like that. So if you don't want anything spoiled and you're still really interested in seeing this movie, I highly recommend the movie if you haven't seen it. There will be a spoiler talk, I guess you could say. Again, it's not it's not like Fight Club where it's like you definitely don't want it spoiled, but at the same time, So anyways, the final scene, I think the third act where he goes in and he's in that final performance, that was just so exhilarating, I think is the word I would use. I don't know what you would say.
Exhilarating. It was pretty exhilarating.
First off, there's a lot of build up in the movie. He's putting all this time into it. He's constantly pushing himself as far as he can. And then to see this be the result of it is so, first off, it's really it's extremely satisfying. And also, again, really exhilarating. It gave me the feeling that an extremely well put together, extremely exhilarating action scene does. It gave me that same sort of feeling, which is interesting because it's literally just a jazz drummer. It was shot well.
Like an action scene.
It was shot like an action scene. It was shot incredibly well. Again, and just the performances, you could see the expressions on their faces and stuff, when J.K. Simmons was there, and all that stuff, and just also the drum solo itself was really good, which apparently I'm pretty sure he actually played a lot of that himself. He actually had a huge background in drumming. He already knew a lot. He already had played drums since he was a younger kid, which is one reason why he was chosen for the role. But that scene is just super satisfying, and but yeah, so again, just the intensity of everything, and it's sort of a movie about, the movie is about sort of pushing yourself for your goals and how far someone will go to accomplish their goals, kind of. Which is further exemplified in certain scenes where there's that girl he meets closer to the beginning and he goes out with her or whatever, the scene where he breaks up with her and stuff. That was an interesting scene because that sort of adds to the whole theme of how far will you go, you know what I mean? Because
yeah, true.
In the first scene where they're on their first date, right, for instance, you can tell that he really likes her, you know what I mean? It's the acting, it was that was actually a fairly well done scene, date scene, compared to most movies, which it kind of doesn't, it felt fairly realistic, I guess. Like that awkward feeling you get on a first date, all that stuff. It was a good scene. But you all could also tell like the two characters liked each other and stuff. So it was a nice, cute little scene. But then like the scene where he breaks up with her, it's like, oh, like he's really serious about this drumming thing, because like obviously he really likes her and he's willing to like just completely get rid of that in order to increase his chances of becoming a great drummer as much as possible. It's like, I don't know, just really adds to that whole idea of it. And
yeah. Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying.
Again, like I think they took the concept, the basic story and concept, and did it as best as you could possibly do it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
okay.
like,
yeah.
It's not like something I would watch like again and again, I guess.
Yeah, I would watch it again just because it gave me such an, like I was really into it. Like when I was watching it, I was just really just constantly just into it, and then like especially like I said, that final scene was really exhilarating for me, and it was just like, so like I would watch it just for that. And also I think it has a lot of interesting themes for a lot of interesting sort of messages for anybody who's sort of an artist in some way, because it's sort of this idea of like pushing yourself to be the best you can be. And
yeah, well, you see, I'm into music, but I don't do that.
Well, yeah, I'm not. It's not saying, oh, you have to do exactly this in order to make it. Like, yeah, obviously this is maybe exaggerated a little bit. I don't think. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe some people
I
push
mean,
themselves as far as he did.
He's a professional individual, and that's what you got to do. He had a dream to become
like
well
one of
known
the greatest,
a good drummer, like a professional,
one of the greatest drummers of all time.
Drummer,
yeah.
and I don't really want to be known for my music. I just want to make music.
Yeah. No, I mean that it's not. Yeah, that's a completely different thing. But it's sort of like I feel like this is a movie that is almost like I'll watch this and I'll be like, and it has this whole like idea of like just like push yourself to do better kind of thing.
It's an inspirational.
It's an inspirational movie.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna like.
I don't really enjoy inspirational movies that much. It's probably why.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know,
but
it was very well put together.
It's very intense drama too. Like it's just, I also liked sort of the dynamic between like him and his family, where like his family is like they don't get it, kind of. They're just like, why don't you just get a normal job like everybody else? Why do you, like whenever they're like, oh, how's your drumming thing going? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm in this freaking one of the best music colleges ever, on one of the best like music groups or whatever, and they're just like, oh yeah, that's okay, whatever, like they don't care. And it's like he's just like, and like, well, almost like, oh, it's just a cute little thing he does. He does drumming, whereas to him it's like the most serious thing in the world to him, the most like important thing, so he doesn't get that like validation from other people that most people most people seek validation from other people like in what they do, but he does. The only validation he gets for pushing him to do what he wants to do is from himself, and in a way from J.K. Simmons, because he's obviously pushing him to be as best as he can, which I think the whole philosophy that his character has is really interesting too, where he's this whole like, I'm gonna constantly push people to do better, and if they quit, if it leads to them quitting, well, then they weren't great in the first place or something like that. Like there's that whole scene closer to the end where like the two of them finally like actually have a real person-to-person conversation. That was a good moment. Really liked that. I don't know, I loved this movie a lot. it just really got to me. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I mean, I guess I enjoyed
it. It's interesting because like by the end, I was like pumped up,
No,
Like, I
not
felt like
tense,
I was
guess.
pumped up on adrenaline by the end. I don't know if you felt the same way.
I guess so, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just felt really just like...
I watched it as, like, to prepare myself for this. It was like...
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to watch this to just relax and then get invested in it. So, I guess it didn't really have the same effect, but...
Yeah.
If I would have saw it in a theater, I probably would have.
Yeah, definitely. Because I do find it's harder to really get into a movie if it's on a smaller screen, obviously. So I get that. Did you just watch it like on your computer, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's what I did too. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen this movie in theaters it came out in 2014, and I was 15 then. I probably wouldn't have gone to see Whiplash when I was 15, so
Well, it's rated R.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. I couldn't have unless I had an adult. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I just love the intent. I don't know. I just love how they take such a simple, basic concept that could make a very simple, basic movie and just completely do as much as they possibly can with that concept and that story. It's just I love when people don't just take a story and you go, it's just a simple basic story. We'll just throw it together because who cares about this story, whatever. But like they take the material they have, the story they have, and go, all right, I'm gonna do the best I possibly can with this story. We're gonna make this, the best version of this story we possibly can. I love, and I think that's what was done here with this movie.
Yeah.
And so that's one reason why I love it. But and it's one I would watch again. I mean, you don't share the same feeling.
Well,
but
it was a good movie. I don't want to understate the fact that I thought it was a good movie. It was very well put together. I like the dynamics between the characters.
Yeah.
Especially the climactic moment at the end.
Oh my gosh.
Very, very good. Very,
and I
very
like
satisfying.
there was sort of another thing that was really cool about that the climax there's sort of a back and forth between the two characters in that. Like he's like at first he's like, wait, what is he doing? And then he then there's a certain point where he's just like, okay, I'll let him do his thing, and then it gets to the point where closer to the end he actually starts like giving him the signal to like go lower and like to go slower and then go higher, go faster again, and like they start to work together at one point, and then it's like the one point he's like he just goes off on this like this solo, and he's just like, what are you doing? And then he just goes, I'll cue you. Like I loved that moment where he's just like, I'll cue you. Yeah, I'm the drummer. I'll cue the conductor when he should do something. But I just love that. Like it's such a flip of dynamic too, because like obviously from the first interaction they have, J.K. Simmons has like complete control over Miles Teller's character. Like he can tell him to do like anything and he'll like basically do it because he's like scared of him and he's like he wants to impress him, whatever. And then this is sort of a flip where he's like, and then like I think J.K. Simmons sort of like respects that and he's like, okay,
yeah.
and then he's like,
and that was all. It was all part of the climax. It was all tying it together.
So everything comes together there, and it was so good. And I loved another thing that was really satisfying for me was there was a moment in that climax where like how like his dad came in after he like sort of messed up on the one song, and his dad was like, all right, let's go home. But then he's like, no, and then he like turns back around and walks back to the stage. And then later on in the song, like when he's doing the drum solo, the amazing drum solo, like you just see his dad standing there like looking at him with like wide eyes, like what, that was such a satisfying moment because throughout the rest of the movie, his whole family's just kind of like, his drumming thing, that's just a little fun hobby thing he has. He should get a real job, but whatever, we'll just let him do his little drumming thing. And then now he like sees what it really is, and he's just like, oh wow, he's actually like, this is actually like a real good thing that he has going here, It's just such a satisfying moment, I don't know, for me. Yeah. But so I highly recommend the movie. Definitely.
I recommend it too, but not my favorite type of movie.
Yeah.
I guess I just like other genres, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one way where me and you differ, because like I'm the type of person who like I like any type of movie. Like I'll watch any type of movie if I think it's a good movie. Like if I watch a movie, I'll give any genre a chance. I will, So whereas you have a more maybe specific type of movie you like. Or...
It's different. It's like if I watch a movie, if I'm sitting on my couch and I flip through the channels and I see a movie that is good, technically I'll watch it. Like this movie, for example, I would watch it. But it's not going to jump out at me, and it's not going to be something that I remember and I'm like fixated by. Whereas certain types of movies will be that way for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that which separates a great and profound movie from a movie that I'd be like, okay, this is good. You know? And for me, I don't want to be the one sitting here saying, okay, everything's great. Everything is really, really good. Because then, like, everything is the same and there's no, like where's the difference between
No, I get that, yeah. And, like, that's why I try to, when I watch a movie, I try to think, okay, what does this movie do that's sort of different, unique, and I would say this movie, as far as I can tell, is fairly unique, at least in the genre it's in, which is, like, the music / like drama type movies, like the type of movie it is. I think it's a fairly unique in that way, and very just, I don't know, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Mhm.
But yeah. So Whiplash, great movie. So that's probably about all we have to say about it. Yeah. So do we want to do a suggestion for 2 weeks from now then? What movie should we do?
I don't know. I thought we were gonna let the guests decide.
See, I don't. I mean, we could do that. Do you want to do that? Like, wait for the next week and then go at the end of the episode. Go, hey, guest, what movie would you recommend us watch? Do you want to try doing that or? Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. Okay, you know what? We'll do that at least for this time. We'll see how it goes, and then, yeah, sure, we'll do that. So next week when we have Serena on, so next week our guest is going to be. We're gonna have another guest episode. It's going to be a YouTuber known as Serena G. She has a YouTube channel of about 5,000-ish subscribers, I believe. If you type in Serena G on YouTube, you should be able to find it. Yeah, so she's a very interesting channel. She's a very interesting personality. I don't know. She seems like a very interesting personality. Like, different than the normal personality. I don't know how to describe it. But anyways, we'll talk to her next week, so that'll be fun. So anyways, thanks for listening to the NimCast. If you are listening to this on YouTube or Anchor, I don't know where you're listening to it, but in case you want to know where else you are able to listen to it, I will go through and tell you all the platforms that this podcast is available on. It is available on YouTube on my YouTube channel, NimTV. That's NIMTV, youtube.com/c/NimTV. You can check out the podcast there, or you can check it out on Anchor. Just type in NimCast on Anchor. You should be able to find it right there. It is also available on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Stitcher. So you can listen to the podcast on any of those places. I still haven't gotten it available on iTunes yet, but that's because I didn't find time to actually try to do that.
Come on, Nim. Get your act together, Nim.
I will when I'm able to. Yeah, it'll be there eventually. I don't know when.
All the iTunes people need to hear my immaculate, angelic voice.
I thought I was the one with the angelic voice. But anyways, so yeah, let us know in the comments what you are thinking of this podcast so far. Leave us any questions, any comments, any constructive criticism, any guests you think we should have on. If you want to be a guest, hit us up. I have an email. It's what's my email again? Nimcraft22 @gmail.com. Yes, I still have the email name from back when I was a Minecraft channel, but so if you want to be a guest on the podcast, send an email to that. So let me know, and I'll work something out maybe. If see who you are and why you want to be on the podcast.
We're desperate. We'll accept anybody.
Actually, I don't know. I mean, we got all these millions of guests lined up. I don't know how it'll.
No, we're desperate. We'll accept you if you have one sub.
Yeah, Lord Pasta is very desperate. Again, his phone number is in the description. If you're interested. So, he's very, very, very single. So, extremely single. The most single.
I don't need you to bring it up anymore. You're triggering me.
I told you we're gonna bring this joke up every episode. But anyways,
you're triggering me.
Anyways,
I'm spiraling.
Pasta's getting triggered, so we gotta end this. Thank you for listening to the NimCast. We love you all. Goodbye.